Right, it's almost dry. It's dry enough. And I've been going through my paints deciding, and I don't think this is enough of a contrast. So I'm going to go with this, the Nouveau acrylic, which is in walnut brown. Now, I can't find my tea dye, but it matters not, for I have Mod Podge. Mod Podge, the answer for everything. What do you think? Not enough? Too much? I'm wondering if I should just paint this fully, you know. I mean, I ain't got huge amounts of this paint, but I've got some. I wonder what it'd be like if I watered it down. Next time I'll use... No, I won't. Next time I won't use brown tissue paper because I don't have any brown tissue paper. And that was the whole point of this, was using up what I had because I'm stuck indoors. And as you can see, I gave up with the plastic. It really annoyed me. So, I'm wondering... whether this is going to be enough. Maybe I should mix it with a bit of the... What do you think? No, I don't know either. I think I prefer it more dark, you know. So, oh, that's better. I'm liking it more now. Making a mess already. Oh dear. Okay. That's my phone. It's for me. Oh, lots of phone calls. Okay, so I've done the 2 browns and now I've got some metallic acrylic paint in whatever colour this is. I haven't got my glasses on, so I don't know. It's probably a coppery colour. And I'm just sort of dry brushing, sort of. So it is picking up. Oh, some of the detail. the outside. Is this the outside or the inside? This is the outside. Can't really see the detail there too much, can you? Okay. So I just don't want it to go over too much. Like that bit there. Rub it in. Oh, it has come out quite a bit actually. I can see it better than it's being picked up on the screen. Okay. I'll be back when this is done. Right, my fan is back on. Now I am debating whether to actually put Mod Podge on this, because even the matte Mod Podge will make it slightly shiny, and I don't want that. Just going on the edges. I mean, it should be okay. It's acrylic paint. It's got a good base. When it's dry, it should be fine. And I do mean totally dry, you know, after a few days. So that is the beginning of my cover. It goes that way. Oh, is that? It's still a little bit damp in places, but it's okay to be worked on. So my next job, I mean, I was going to copy dye these, but I've decided not to. So I'm going to have to measure out what kind of stitch I want to put these in with. So it'll be a pamphlet stitch, but instead of a 3-hole, I'll probably do a 7-hole or a 5-hole. I have to decide what I'm going to sew it in with. Because I don't want just plain thin cotton. I want something a bit more robust. I think I see what I'm going to use. So I have to mark out in the centre, and then on each of those lines, each of the creases, holes to put these in with. Then I'm going to rip all the edges on one side of this. The light once again is terrible, and yet so I am not the best person to show how I do this, but what I will do once again is record it and put it on really fast. So that it'll be quite quick, because this is dry enough to be worked on now. So I just need to find my ruler. So I'm going to go and find my ruler, and then I will come back. I will record me doing what I'm going to do next, and we will go from there and tidy up this desk a bit. Oh, okay. So we've just been issued an amber warning for the weather, for the heat. So I will sit here and craft with my fan on very soon. I don't think I'll be able to use my crocodile to that centre, but then I can use it for all the other holes. So I figured out that from the top of this I want to measure down my ruler. 1.5, 4, 6.5, 9, 11.5, 14 and 16.5 inches. So from 1.5 inches from the top, 2.5 inches all the way down. And from my paper, I believe it's 3/4 of an inch, and then 2.5 inches all the way down. So I'm going to make my holes. I just thought I'd make that clear. So this is going to be no good to me really, but that's okay. I have see pokey pokey. At least I would have if I could get to it. It's all the way around here. Right. So, got my piece of polystyrene. Let's go for it. The only problem I've got is... Oh no, that's not the right ruler. Seeing where everything is going to go. Oh, this might be useful. Okay, so I'm going to start here, right on this crease, and did that start from there or there? Okay, I think it starts from the end. Okay, so we do measure at 1 and at, oh crikey, I can't see everything there. No, I can't read that ruler, that's no good. Okay, the only other thing I can do is if I run this here, put this over the top here, from the top, from the top, and get my head in the way again, aren't I? Okay, from the top, my dear, from the top. 1.5. Half, 1, 2, 8. Is 8 the next one? 4. Oh my word, so if I did it from that side it'd probably be easier. 4, yeah, it would be 4. Right, I shall carry on making my holes. And then I've got to find my big needles. Yay! I'm going to carry on now. Oh! Don't break, don't break. Oh! Where's my coffee? Where's my coffee? Where's my coffee? Okay. Okay, so my next choice is, do I coffee dye this paper? If I do, I'm going to have to do it before I put it in here, because I don't want to wreck this. Yeah, let's go for it, shall we? have coffee, will coffee dye. Right, I will do that. Following day, coffee dyed paper dried, and unfortunately I did treat it rather roughly, so there's quite a few pages here that are a bit torn and a bit ripped. A couple of them where I stacked them up together, they were wet, it was hot outside, I stacked them up together, they over clothing horse, you know, yes, anyway. So I did that, and some of the glue stuck, so I've had to get my iron out and steam it so the glue heats up again, and that kind of wrecked the paper. Anyway, so I quite like little bits of tears and stuff in mine. So a little hole like that I probably won't do anything about. See, there's a little hole there. So I probably won't do anything about that one. And around the edges, I don't think I will. So this sheet, fine. Okay, this one you can see it's got a tear here, and I think this is the one which is quite torn up the middle. Yeah. This one did not fare too well. It was one of the pages that was stuck together. So what I've decided to do is stick it together with washi tape, and the only ones really, I suppose I could use that one. Oh, and I do have some faked aged sellotape, but I didn't want to really put sellotape on it. So for this bit here, you see it's split here and here. What I did yesterday, I had all these scraps of paper. And I coffee dyed them, and they're all different types. Some of them are watercolour paper, some of them are just little strips of all sorts. That's right, it's in the glue bit. So with this and any other coffee dyed paper that I have in my drawer, I would rather glue and repair. Even when I use the washi tape, I will use glue on it as well. So stacks of paper. Where's my coffee dye paper? Oh, now then, this is quite interesting. This was a bit that was, I think it was onion dyed. Yes, have a sniff, it's onion dyed. And it was the bit that the bit that came in the envelope pack that I had in my cupboard. So I could, because it won't show through, I'm going to use some of this to repair down the centre. Okay, so I want it about that wide. Right, it starts there, so I want to go slightly over it. It goes there. So I have to see where it does go actually. Okay, it goes from there to there. So if I extend that slightly, and I will just go in, why not go over the whole bit? We'll do that. And I want a good glue, so it's going to be Hello Scotch. Scotch glue, not Scotch drink. So, dry bit. I will, ooh, drop glue. What I will probably do is, there we go. Oh crikey. What I will probably do is go through and do my repairs. It's stuck again. I'm going to go right over there. Yeah, I will go through, do my repairs. It's so hot in here, it's hard to think properly. I think if I can get the paper matching up, I will obviously only put paper on one side. If I can't, on these bits, I don't want it to be oh, what is the word? Sorry, I'm a bit, I need little bits. That'll do. I will only put paper on one side. If it's a big bit, I will match up papers on both sides. This glue is annoying me, and I can't think straight because it's too hard. Come on, come on, come on, squeeze it out, squeeze it out. I don't want to squeeze it out. Oh, got it. Oh dear. Ba, 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 ba. Now, I can remember my granddad repairing old pages using the flypaper from the front of the book. He also used to use, when he'd finished with a ledger book, he used to cover it in newspaper strips so that it would hide. He was an insurance man for a little while, I think, or his father was insurance, and they used to cover it with strips of newspaper. But they used to make this glue out of all sorts of weird stuff. Flour and water was always a good one. I'm just seeing what kind of little pieces I've got. I don't want to keep tearing up a big piece when I've got a little piece here. Yeah, which is what they used to do. And then he'd give it to my nan, and she would use it as a recipe book, and then that would get more strips of paper over it. A recipe kit, or it would be used as a colouring book, and I could have it. Right, let's get these bits out of the way. So I will have to repoke these holes. So unless I come to when I get down to, actually it's the next one, so I will keep recording. I'm going to put that one off to dry now. Ugh, and it went through. That should be okay. Oh, we've got another one here, look. So, it's got quite a long tear there. Around the edges I'll use washi tape, I think, but for the main part, I want to use... Oh, I just want to use paper so that I can write over it. And to be honest, it's only going to add to the book and make it look even better. Some people might not like it. I do. I like this kind of repaired. It looks old, it looks used, it looks worn. I like that sort of feel. Sorry, then this is lifting up on me. The reason I'm using this Scotch glue, it's not called Scotch quick drying glue anymore. It's called something else. Yeah, get it right away. This is what it used to be called. I used to buy it in bulk, which is why I've still got some. It's not called Scotch Quick Dry anymore. I don't know what it's called, so I'm going to bend that whilst it's still slightly damp. See, I can see the wording through the spine, but I'm not too worried about that because it's not going to show. Okay. Oh, crikey. Got all bits that need sticking down. I'm not a very good gluer. Oh, right. So when it's all stuck down properly, leave it to dry, refold it, you're all done. And I think it looks okay. Now, this one here, I think is this is the one that got really badly stuck. As you can see, it's really quite badly damaged along the spine. So what I might do is find a long strip of paper, and I'll just put a strip here and a strip here. So where this is a hole here rather than just a tear, I'll put a piece of paper on both sides where there's holes. So I'm going to do that, and then I'll speed up for you. I'll show you what I'm doing, and I'll speed up, and then I'll get back to normal. Okay, so you may notice that some of these coffee dyed, I call them coffee splatter painted. Some of these dyed papers are different. So there is a marked difference between this one and this one. And that's because I splatter paint with coffee. Now, to get this effect, you have to wait till the papers are dry before you put the next coat on, or mostly dry, and you'll get a better effect using a heat gun or force drying it. So I don't dry mine in the oven, so I don't know. So I've got glue everywhere. Just wondering if I can just put a little bit of double on that. Right, that's right, distracted. So what I'm going to do is, in fast forward once again, I'm going to tidy up this mess, and in fast forward once again I will splatter this. You see, this has got a little bit of splatter on it, and this page was wetter when it was done, and you get more of a not such a harsh effect. It's kind of softer. So I am going to tidy up, and I'll be back and show you how I do that in fast forward. Now all it is very strong coffee. To be precise, it's a mixture of it's only ground coffee, no, powder coffee, freeze-dried coffee. It's a cheap brand, and it's a mixture of decaffeinated and normal caffeinated, and even a little bit of scented coffee, flavoured coffee. Oh, excuse me, because it's whatever I have at the time. So let's go and get that ready. So that's nearly dry. Now I can put more layers on this, and it will just get darker and darker and add to the effect. It's very, very pretty actually. Well, I think it's very pretty, and I do this to splatter it. I will say this whilst I remember, your coffee, keep it in a sealed jar, don't keep it for more than 3 days. So if you're going to make up some, make up enough that you think you're going to use, because trust me, after about 3 days you don't want it. You want to just chuck it away. So I'm going to carry on drying this. I won't show you the rest because it's going to take ages and you'll get bored. And you see, I just use just normal bathroom tissue to sometimes soak up a little bit of the coffee if I think it's pooling too much. And it's nice as well if you I'll show you on this one. This is done with coffee. There was inked first, so it takes the colour of the ink and sprays it down, but you hold it up and just spray it and just let it run down, and I really like that effect. That either reminds me of a very deep dark forest or underneath murky water. Yeah, so, and as you can see, I don't mind if I get some on the underneath. So when I've done all of these, I'll be back again. Here I am, back again. Oh, let me sit down. I finished coffee dyeing these papers, so I've been really, really busy. As you may tell, because I'm quite stressed and my voice is going again. I haven't gotten over the laryngitis yet. So, what am I putting my feet on now? Oh. Okay, so I finished coffee splattering my papers the way I want them done. Now I know that most people like to have this smooth, even texture of coffee dyed papers. I don't. I like to have this almost mouldy paper look. So now I'm kind of ready, I do believe, to put these signatures in the folio folder. I have put an extra fold in it, so that's the original fold there, and I've put an extra fold in just there because I know it's going to bulk up quite a bit. So I wanted to use this, but I can't. Because, why can't I? Because I can't find my wool needle. The closest thing I can find to a big eye needle is this, which as you can see is not so, not really that big of a hole. So, and I can't get this in there. So I do have this. Not as pretty, but hopefully I'll be able to thread this in this and get it set. Now I'm not going to do a pamphlet stitch as such. I'm going to do what we used to call an infinity stitch. So basically I'm going to start at the top on the outside, I think, or in the middle. I don't know yet, outside or middle, and I'm just going to run the stitch. So I'm going to go in and out and then back the other way so that it's one long line of stitch, and then tie it at the top. That's my plan. Do I want it on the inside? I don't know whether I want it on the inside or the outside. First of all, I have to try and well, I have to try and thread the needle, and I do apologise, I'm trying to find my scissors. There we go. Right, so that's the plan. The problem is I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. This could take a while even with my glasses on. So, right, I do, and I want approximately at least 3 times the length of my pages. That's roughly it. And I have to decide which one's going first. First, second, third, I think. Yep. So I'm going to start with the last one. Okay. Now it's that whole inside or outside decision. On the outside, it's not going to take up any extra room. On the inside, it will. But I could, if I have them on the inside, then if I want to chuck them on the outside, I can. We are going on the inside. So I've got to stop saying so, but it is funny considering I'm sort of sewing. I'm going to start by finding the middle. Right, so I'm going to start by going all through the pages here from the inside. And I do have holes already punched, as you recall. She says, not finding the right hole. And I've made sure my papers are the right way. I have made some more holes, I will admit, that I will have to repair. And I'm doing it in a faffy way because, obviously, because I coffee dyed these papers after I made the holes, they're not as easy to line up. So or find, apparently. I think that's it there. Yep. Okay, so as I said, this is going to be the bottom signature, the last one. So let's get all this. I can't help it, I'm a faffer, okay? Right, so let's get this pulled through, and I want maybe that much left over. Yeah. Okay. So, like I said, all I'm going to do is I'm going in my bottom hole. Don't make any rude jokes about that. And I don't have to worry about doing it too tight first and then I'm going, oh good grief. Okay. Now I've got to go back through. Okay. And when I get to the bottom, I shall carry on coming up the other way. Trust me, the first holes are the worst because obviously it's what you do to line them all up. So, wish me luck. I'm not going to torture you with this. As I said, I am no professional by any means. I haven't been taught by anyone. This is just the fun we used to do when we were growing up. Seriously. We used to do this when we were growing up, make books. But like I said, I'm no professional. So those who know what they're doing probably look at this going, what the heck is she doing? And to be honest, most of the time I don't know myself. But okay, we're back on. Sorry, the heat is terribly affecting the electronics and it keeps on stopping recording. So I went down, I flaffed around. Trust me. So when I got back up to the top, obviously the string was on the outside, so I looped it round the first bit here, tied a knot and then poked it back through the hole and then tied the strings together on the inside. I am now on to the second signature and I have no idea where I am. I'm here. Okay, I am here and I am deciding. I've got 3 holes here. I have no idea what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm guessing it's that one there. Give myself a bit of space. Maybe. Okay. And none of my holes are lining up, so I'm ignoring all my holes and making new holes. And to do that, you must have this straight. And it shouldn't be too bad because it's like my brain, it doesn't work in the hot weather. It shouldn't be too bad because, why? Because is that torn? That's torn. Because this is double strength in the centre. So yeah, I just noticed that. So I'm going to prepare. So yeah, when I get to the end, hopefully I will record it and you can see what I've done. But other than that, that's all I'm doing is sewing in the pages. When I get to the last one, I will show you. Okay, I'm on my last stitch. Do not ask about the hassle that I had done. I've had to do each signature twice, and even then I had to redo this one. But instead of doing it a third time, I decided to get my daughter to come and tie a knot for me because I loosened it. But the rest seemed to be tight enough. So I am, where am I? This is where I started. I've gone every 2.5 inches, I've gone down and then I've come up through the same holes but in the opposite direction. So holding this really tight and making sure this is tight, I'm going to go back through the hole. making sure that I am going through. Right, I'm going to do this in 2 bits. I'm going to go through here, then I'm going to go through my hole here. So now I am stuck. Let's get this the right way. Oh dear, oh dear. Do you know, everything's fine until I record, and then it's like, what? Okay. So now I am back on the outside here. I am going underneath that first loop I made. So I'm going to make sure that this is nice and tight. Oh, that would be a whoopsie moment. Oh dear, I am so sorry. Okay, so I have come, let's get it the right way round. So I've gone underneath that bit. Let's try this again. It's nice and tight, and now I'm going to come back round, and the loop that I've just made by going underneath there, I'm going to go through. And then I'm going to make sure it's right up the top here. No tangles. You watch it tangle now. It's going to tangle on me. No, there we go. Pull that tight into a knot. Then I'm going to go under again. And then back through all of the holes. So I'm going to go back through the hole here. I am going to go back through the hole. I'm going to go back through this hole and all the other holes. I just pulled me. So I pulled my needle out. This is not a good day. Evening. Okay. So now, make sure this is tight. I'm pulling this through too. Okay. So now I'm back with both strings. Now I'm going to first of all take the string with the needle on it and go this way. And making sure that this, my first string, goes over the top of here, over the top of this one. I'm going to pull it underneath, and I'm going to use my needle to do it, underneath that centre string. So I've got one on one side and one the other. Then I am just going to overhand tie a knot 3 times. Okay, that's it. And then cut off. Like I said, a lot of problems. So, and I keep on saying so, I do apologise. This is the basic folio. Let's move this back a bit. Are you ready? Okay, I have to stand up for this. So when I have the closure on, and I will do that in another video because this has gone on too long, it opens up, and you see this is where I've done some of the repairs. Need some more glue. Yeah, so middle of my first signature. I might have to just glue that down as well. And it's worth going through when you're finished and making sure that you are fully glued. You are fully gummed up. Oh, hello moth. When you go outside, look for the moon. Okay, and this is why this takes so long to fluff about. So I can put charms on the end of there or whatever I want and have them on the outside. See, so basically all pages are the same. Another repair there. Oh, big repair needed there, so I'll do that off camera. That is the end of this signature and the beginning of the next one. I did a couple more repairs. And that goes through exactly the same, blah blah blah, blah blah blah, middle of the last signature, blah blah blah, to the end. And I don't think I need to cut any off, it is just about manageable. So there you go. That's it. That is the basics of the finished folio, which will be a folio tome. I should call it my patchy portfolio. My patchy folio tome. Because of all the patches I'm about to do. Okay, so there we go. Craft with me. I will come back in another video and show you how I did how I'm going to do the closure here. But that's it. Thank you for watching, witchy people. If you stuck with me this long. I'll be back very soon. Bye for now.